What's up, guys? Got another LGR review. This is for House of the Dragons, doing this thing a little bit differently to see if, whatever, see what's works better or whatnot. Either having like a couple people discussing the show, and that's what we're going to do the very last episode, just because it'll be a big deal. We'll probably do like this kind of a review and that kind of review. So this will be something different to lay on the table. If you haven't yet, please like and subscribe to the channel. Where we cover a bunch of things from House of Dragons all the way to Lord of the Rings to sports to like everything, man. And watch our shorts, man. Shorts been banging it out. So episode 8 of the House of Dragons, I thought overall was really good. Still acted great, man. I don't know who the hell cast and directs for anything Games of Thrones, but so far they've knocked it out of the park. I don't even know if it's the same person, for instance, like during like Game of Thrones, the original, and the House of Dragons, but whoever it is, and if they are the same person, congratulations, thumbs up from the Hambone. You know what I'm saying? Hollywood. And we're going to with this thing, first thing that I noticed is if you go back to the very first episode of the season, we had this cat walking around, man, looking all mangled up and all messed up and everything else. And there he goes with his little mask on and everything. But as we get to episode 8, one of the big characters, the king, the person that is supposed to be the most regal, has now came to himself having to wear a mask as well. And as you can see right there in the middle of the thing, it looks like he Phantom the Opera or something, bro. Phantom the Opera didn't join the House of Dragons here, but on the right side, obviously, you have Prince Daemon. On the left side, you got the kids of Alicent that are the grandkids or the actual kids of the king there. So yeah, just wanted to point out the resemblances right here because, like, if you notice, like that's just something I noticed. It was like it almost went full circle at the very beginning of the show. We had the king, like I said, very regal and all this stuff. He's obviously the king, and then we had this cat out there causing trouble, looking all like messed up. And now the king, maybe in some ways, might even work worse off than him because when he takes his mask off, man, he don't have no eyeball no more. He ain't got no eyeball. Speaking of eyes. We get a scene where we get this gentleman right here, which is one of Alicent's kids, actually the younger one. The dude done swole, son. The dude went to the gym, walked a few miles, did his thing. Like, now he's like big Baghdaddy of them all, man. He went and got the big dragon last episode, and I don't know what the hell that is. Like, maybe that's like shooting an injection of steroids into your body or something, but he's like the tallest kid now where he wasn't before. He looked super young in the episode before. Now he's like the biggest and the baddest. He's out here beating Sir Christian Cole in kind of like a little practice duel. He's out there doing the thing, dude, and he ain't playing around. So like, I'm gonna tell you something right now, but this dude, whatever he's been drinking, whatever he's been eating, if it's milk of the poppy or some other kind of bull crap one of the Macers came up with, dude, drink it, because home dude done came up and done. He started from the bottom. Now he's here. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm trying to be like the cool kids, say one of those cool sayings from one of those cool new songs. But with that being said, he does his thing. He's grown up some now. He actually starts a fight a little bit later on in the episode. But no, man, he just cringed, man. Look at him, dog. Look at him trying to perk his little lips up, give a duck face and stuff. Like, he's like, get out of here, bro. Get out of here. Well, then we have an episode, part of the episode where we're trying to see who's going to sit the salt throne, baby. And we have Queen Rhaenyra's here, and then we also have the gentleman that was Colicent's brother. He's over here trying to argue his claim, and the king. I'm going to tell you right now, man. We go back to seeing what the king looked like, bruh. King looking like messed up, dude. This ain't even half of it. He barely can walk. He comes in at a very dramatic slow walk, one of the most dramatic slow walks I've ever seen in the history of film and our television. This dude really hammed it up. He hammed it up, and it was great though. I loved it. I loved the tension of him coming in. Like, what is he gonna do? Who's he gonna piss off? Either his wife or his daughter. Like, tough decision he's in and everything else. He's trying to bring these two families together, and they're breaking apart piece by piece, just like he is. But we had this gentleman right here get up, and he's like, "Yo, bro, this is my house." And them two white kids with the brown hair, no, they don't belong in my house. You raise your house like you want to, but I want my house to be still pure. I want my house to still pass through family. And he starts running that mouth, and then he gets brave enough to actually call the Queen Rhaenyra's two sons out, calls them bastards, and then even calls her a whore. And as he turns around to look back at the king, because the king he's getting up barely, and he's hunched over, and he's trying to, like, he's getting his dagger out. He's like, because at the episode or two before that, he said anybody that says anything like that about those kids again are gonna get their cunt out. So he said, I will have your tongue. And whenever he says that, Damon don't wait. Damon slices this fool's head off. That's right. This guy right here, one of the few guys in the show speaking the goddamn truth, gets his head sliced in half. Damon says, you know what, bro? You can keep your tongue, because you know what? The tongue is, bro, it's kind of nasty. It was kind of nasty. It was flopping. It was flopping around, like, on the bottom half. The top half didn't have his tongue. Yeah, pretty crazy, bro. Like, House of the Dragons doing it up when it comes to special effects, man. Like, I haven't seen, you know what? Like, that's horror movie quality production value right there, if you know what I'm saying. But yeah, man, like, we just got different things I wanted to show you again, like the difference. You got the king over here on the left when he was like younger, still trying to do things, and then you got the king over here on the right having to wear this Phantom of the Opera mask and all that. Now, one thing I did need to bring up is that Rhaenyra's over here talking to the king, and he's telling her things, and she's like actually coming to visit him. It seems like he's probably not had a bunch of visitors and stuff recently. Like, people's just been leaving him in this room to basically die and everything. But key point here is that he's talking to her. And she comes and visit him twice in the episode, which I'm glad they did, because at the very end of the episode, his wife Allison comes in the room to help take care of him a little bit after this big dinner, and he thinks that it's her. He can't see very well. Obviously, he's missing an eye, and then, like, I think his vision probably in his eyes messing up. He knows he's about to die and everything, and he thinks it's his daughter. So he's saying these things, you know, under the influence of the milk of the poppy, and ends up telling her some of the stuff about the Song of Fire and Ice, which Allison misinterprets. She just hears Aegon. She thinks, oh, that's my son, obviously. You know what I'm saying? Aegon over here trying to do his thing. We're going to make him king. So she believes that the king here is telling her that her son should be king to save the realm, to save the universe. And that's going to be her, like, will to fight. Because we know the fight's about to happen, man. Because at the dinner scene, he comes up there. It's kind of a beautiful. He has people, like, carrying him up there. He sits up in his chair. They eat. There's this moment, which I really liked, where the king got to see his family. It looked like they were all getting along, and people were laughing and joking, and there was music and everything. And people were dancing and stuff. So it was like, oh my God, there's this moment, and he gets to see all these smiles and stuff. And it was genuine smiles there for a moment. Then he ends up leaving. And then, you know, of course, all shit get his fan. I mean, this guy right here, he's still mad about his eye getting poked out. So, like, I get it a little bit, but golly, dude, why you got to stand up in front of everybody, cause some strife? Because he gets up, does like a little toast, and says, oh, they're so handsome, talking about the two strong boys, which we also know is the princess's sons. But he's like, oh, I hope you're handsome and good luck on your everyday lives, families, nephews, because they're nephews. Kind of weird, yeah, because they be doing each other up in this family. All right, cool, whatever. It is what it is. That's part of the part of the history and the lore. But anyway, so dude's like, oh yeah, and then I want to toast to their because they're strong. And he, like, man, lingers on it. What an ass. Look, he looks like an asshole, okay? Look, he looks like an ass. He's trying to do a duck face on a pose, on a winning move to be able to do something in a spar, man. And it's like, bro. And I will say this, though, I got to give him props. He had one of the best lines of the show, because one part they're sparring, he wins, and the guy's like, oh, you'll win a lot of tournaments with that. And the guy's like, I don't give a damn about tournaments. That's right. He don't care about tournaments, because guess what? House of Dragons, the Civil War is about to explode, because my man King, he dead as hell. You know what I'm saying? So that shit's going to happen right there. And then the two families, because look, one thing I do love about the show so far is that the king and the family have slowly just periodically fallen apart. They started off okay, little bit of maybe a flaw here and there, right? Just like he had like one scratch or a cut or whatever that they were trying to fix, you know. And then he loses a finger, and then we have the things between like this that happened with Otto and everything else like that. These two families, like, it's really not even two families. It's one family, but it's two groups inside of one family that just can't get along, and they're not going to. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you think you're right. Allison now is going to think she's right. I love this little wrinkle they threw in there that she overhears basically what the king was trying to tell his daughter, like Finn is telling his daughter. She overhears it, but because she hears Aegon, it's all, oh, yeah, it's going to be about my kid, right? So, like, she's doing that stuff, and now she thinks she's 100% right, And you know what happens when a woman thinks she's 100% right. I'm telling you, bro. You taking out the trash, dog. You taking that trash out. She told you to, and she was right. You know what I'm saying? So, like, hey, we got what we got. We only got 2 more episodes, I think, of this season left. But hey, man, leave a like, leave a subscribe. Tell me what you think about like this kind of format where we do like a little shorter review, kind of like spoilerific, talk about some of the key points here and stuff like that. Like, but let me know, man. Drop it down in the comments below, please, and join our Patreon if you can. You can do it for as little as $1 and hang out with us in the Discord and everything else, which we pretty much hang out every day at some point in time during the day. But love you guys, and thank you for all your support. And until next time, peace.